Hello, Lightning Leaders. It is time for another video where I go over the answers from last week's Scholastic articles. I wait until the week after to make and post these videos because I want you to do the work when I assign them so that you're not just copying the answers. So without further ado, I'm going to share my screen so that I can jump over to the wild plants questions. So the first question was, what does the word ecosystems mean? Well, if I go over to the article and I scroll through, plants are found in all ecosystems. If I click on the word, it tells me that an ecosystem is a group of all living things, all living and non-living things that interact in different environments, which turned out to be the first answer choice. The other three options were other words in the article. I did that so that I could see if you actually looked up the real word or if you just found a blue word, clicked on it, and then selected that answer. The correct answer was the first choice. An ecosystem. Ecosystems are groups of all the living and non-living things that interact in the different environments. Now, how do the pictures help the reader understand the text? Well, there were a lot of plants in here that I had never heard of before. So these pictures really, really helped me see them. Especially, I didn't realize these are the roots. This little caption here showed me that these are the roots. Usually they're underground, but no, this tree, the roots are hanging there. I thought that was super cool. And then this is a flower. That's not a bee, it's a flower. And so I really got to see what it looked like. And then these two. These are plants, but they look like rocks. It was super cool to see that. And then, of course, a lot of you commented on this giant lily pad with this kid sitting in it. Like, you get to really see how big this thing was. So how do the pictures help the reader understand the text? It gives you an idea of what it really looks like. Because it can describe it to you in words, but then your brain has to try to come up with a picture. The picture really shows you and helps you understand some of the scientific words in the article. So I knew the Victoria water lily was going to be a popular one. So I asked, how big can the water lily get? Let's go back to the article. Let's see. Oh, it's right here. The leaves can grow to be more than 5 feet across, which means it was this choice right here, 5 feet. So then the last question was open-ended. What did you find most interesting and why? A lot of you didn't say why, so I didn't give you full credit here. You just wrote down a plan answer. You needed to give me the why. So you could have said, some of you said that the potty plant was most interesting because you didn't know that there was a plant that got its food from animals using it as a toilet, right? That was crazy. Didn't know that plant existed. So I thought you guys would enjoy this article a lot. So that is all for the water plants article. The next one was about the pirate gold, which I thought was a nice little social studies article to do. So the first one was, what is the one thing the pirates did not steal? So if we start going through, it says the ships were laden with gold, silver, silk, and spices. So let's see. They had gold, they had silver, they had spices, but it didn't say anything about animals. So the thing they did not steal was the animals. Now, why did it take so long to find the ship? Well, if we scroll down and look in the article, we see it tells us the story of the shipwreck. Within days, the ship's records had slipped off the sandbar and settled at the bottom of the ocean. So that's pretty far down. Then there were people that said that they had seen the ship day after the storm and collected some stuff, but people thought that the ship was just buried because it was so far down. Humans couldn't get that far down in the ocean, and it's difficult to find sunken treasure. So that was some of the reasons why it took so long. The ship, when it disappeared, it fell so far down in the ocean. Then the next question, where did Barry go to find information about the shipwreck? Now, a lot of you got confused because Barry's Uncle Bill told him about the stories and the shipwreck. But where did he go to actually learn about it? Was right here. Barry's first step was research. He needed to find out exactly where the I cannot pronounce the ship right, Whydah had sunk. He searched local libraries for historical records and maps of the area. So where did he go to get information? He went to the library. He heard about the ship from his uncle, but he got the information on where to find it at the library. Then the last one was a vocabulary question where I asked you to use your context clues because there wasn't any blue words in this one. There wasn't any words you could click on. And it said, the word combed is used in a section, a surprising discovery. So in a surprising discovery, the word combed is used to describe their search in the ocean. And let's see if there it is. Barry and his crew took up their salvage work again in May 1984. Day after day after day, they combed the ocean. And no, they did not take a comb and run it through the ocean. It's another way of saying they searched very, very carefully. They made sure they didn't miss anything in their search. So those were the answers to last week's 2 articles. This week, your first article is about some secrets of the Statue of Liberty, which I thought would be some cool history things in there. It actually ties into some of our foreign relations with the French, because the French actually helped us win the Revolutionary War. And then later on, they gifted us the Statue of Liberty as a gift of our long-standing friendship and partnership. So there was some ties to that in the article, as well as some other things that you may not have known about the Statue of Liberty. So I hope you enjoyed that article. I still have to put together the one that's coming out Wednesday, but since you got a social studies one on Monday, you're going to get a science one on Wednesday. So keep up the good work. Make sure you're watching these videos so that you can check your work and correct any mistakes you may have had so that you are still learning how to fix them in the future. With that said, I got to switch back over to the meeting here. Stop sharing the screen, and I will see you guys all next time.